Javelin Missile, essentially the boss assembly of the first non-training zone. And the way this works is on the bottom, I need the thrusters, and then I need 3 sections of like fuel cell, and then I need the nose cone. So this pod drops off the thrusters, this one gives me the middle fuel bits, and then here's the nose cone. Okay. So it does, the inputs are smart enough to give me 3 centerpieces, proportionally to the other 2, so I shouldn't have to worry about any overload. I might need to buffer a little bit, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. The big problem is definitely that centerpiece. I'm thinking about doing it as a sub-assembly, although the whole thing just needs to be dropped together, because the only way I have to get any vertical gain is by dropping it off the cliff. Which, yes, is difficult. So if I do it as a sub-assembly, the idea would be to have the rocket parts drop down over here, and then just kind of hang out. And then the center pieces would come over, and they would drop and not go all the way down. They'd stay at least 1 bump away from the ground, or 2 bumps up. And I would assemble 3 of them, and then once that 3rd one assembles in, I'd push them all over. Then to finish that off, I'd have the nose cone. We'll probably have to use the height to swing out around and drop on top of the bottom piece and the center piece when it all comes together. That's probably my current plan. The hardest part of that, though, is getting this sub-assembly together. So I'll start there. Pretty much, we need to start by just dropping them off. And I guess let's not lose any height that we don't have to lose. So if I put ground here, okay, 1, 2, we actually go for more. Okay. So drop the first one, drop the second one, 3rd one slides on top. So from here, I need to do a couple of things. One of them is weld. So here's my welder. So that'll make sure all 3 are welded together. If I was smart, I might only need the top 2. But I can't see any harm in having all 3. On this side, I'm going to set up my pusher. So it'll push them over when they're all assembled. And my key for that... Well, see, here's the part I ran into last time. I want to trigger it when the top one exists, but it's going to look like the top one exists as each set drops down. So what do I actually use to push them? I use the 4th piece. Okay. Here's what we do. We weld from this side. They'll get pushed when the 4th piece comes down the conveyor belt and pushes the first stack of 3 over. So first stack of 3 can then... Yes. And here, I could just let them drop down onto the conveyor belt. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what the plan is for that yet. So, rocket parts. They get to actually be on the bottom. It's a good time. Yeah, that was weird. Okay. So it comes and sits there. Okay. So I could either lengthen this conveyor belt, which will increase my footprint, or the easy one is probably just to have this hop over one before moving over. Does mean this stack needs to be moved as well, but that's easy enough. Okay, so that'll drop it on and weld on that bottom section. So the timing on this part's going to be tricky, but the idea is pretty easy. We just drop the nose cones off the world. That's our plan.
It works so well. So I don't even need that. I don't need the sensor. I never conduited it up, which is why it didn't work. But what it did was so much better. Yeah, almost surely. I don't need any of that. This is doing nothing. I don't even know what this is welding. Speed this up just a little bit. We have a finished rocket. Okay, speed this up a little. I just have to replace this with one of these. I did it on accident. True engineering. It's a way simpler solution than I expected. Good. Just right.